The Devil's Bridge of Ethiopia, where people jump to their doom. In the highlands of Ethiopia, hidden among the jagged cliffs of the Semien Mountains, there is a bridge, but not just any bridge. Locals call it the Devil's Bridge, and they say it was never built by human hands. Some believe it was carved by demons. Others whisper that it is a gateway, one that lures travelers to their deaths. For centuries, this bridge has been the site of something unnatural. People vanish here. Some are found days later, their bodies broken at the base of the ravine. Others are never seen again. But the most chilling accounts come from those who survived. They all tell the same story. A force, an invisible presence, pulls them toward the edge. In 1987, a shepherd named Zegaye was crossing the bridge at dusk when he heard his name called from below. He looked down into the abyss and saw a hand. Reaching up from the darkness, he ran, but not before the thing grabbed his ankle, leaving 5 blackened fingerprints burned into his skin. In 2003, a group of tourists stopped to take photos. One of them, a German backpacker named Klaus, suddenly climbed onto the railing. His friends screamed as he smiled, whispered, "It's beautiful down there," and jumped. His body was never recovered. Scientists blame altitude sickness or toxic gases. The devout say it's a cursed place, built over an ancient battlefield where angry spirits demand sacrifices. But one thing is certain. To this day, the Ethiopian government warns travelers, do not stop on the bridge, do not look down, and never, ever answer when you hear your name, because something is waiting, and it's hungry. The Flying Dutchman of the Cape, the ghost ship that never docks. The Cape of Good Hope, a place of breathtaking beauty, where the Atlantic and Indian Oceans collide in a tempest of waves and wind. For centuries, sailors have feared these waters, calling them the graveyard of ships. But among all the wrecks that litter these depths, none is more feared than the spectral vessel known as the Flying Dutchman. The year was 1641. A Dutch East India Company merchant ship, the Vloot de Vliegende Hollander, set sail from Amsterdam, bound for the East Indies. Its captain, Hendrik van der Decken, was a man of ruthless ambition. Some say greed cursed him. Others claim it was blasphemy. All agree his fate was sealed the night he challenged the storm. As the ship rounded the cape, a monstrous gale rose from the depths. The crew begged Van der Decken to turn back, but the captain, drunk on pride and rum, laughed at their fear. He swore an oath he would round the cape, even if God himself willed it otherwise. And with those words, the sea answered. The storm swallowed the ship whole. Lightning split the masts. The waves tore the hull apart. And as the Flying Dutchman sank beneath the black waters, Van der Decken's final curse echoed into the night. He and his crew would sail forever, never to rest, never to reach land. For over 300 years, sailors have reported seeing the Dutchman's ghostly form. It appears suddenly in the mist. It sails full of wind despite the dead calm. Some say its hull is rotted through, revealing the skeletons of its crew. Others claim it glows with an eerie, unnatural light, a warning to all who see it. In 1823, the British naval ship HMS Leven recorded one of the first official sightings. The crew watched in horror as the Dutchman bore down on them, only to vanish into thin air. In 1881, King George V Then a young naval officer wrote in his diary of seeing the phantom ship floating against the night sky. But the most chilling encounter came in 1939. A group of beachgoers near Cape Town swore they saw the Dutchman materialize offshore, its deck crawling with shadowy figures. Moments later, a freak wave crashed onto the shore, dragging 3 people into the sea. Their bodies were never found. Scientists dismiss the Dutchman as a mirage, a trick of light and fog, but those who've seen it know better. Some say the ship appears before disasters, wars, shipwrecks, even the 1918 Spanish flu. Others believe it's a portal, a damned crew forever sailing between worlds. Last year, I saw it, just before dawn. No wind, but its sails were full. I heard laughing, not human. Then, poof, gone. That night, my brother's boat sank. No storm, no warning, just gone. To this day, the South African Navy logs strange radar blips near the Cape. Vessels that appear and vanish without trace. Local fishermen refuse to sail at night, and those who dare whisper the Dutchman's name too often claim they hear knocking on their hull. When the fog rolls in, beware the Cape's restless waters, for when the mist grows thick and the waves fall silent, the Dutchman is near, the lost pyramid of Sudan, the cursed Black Pharaohs. Deep in the deserts of Sudan, far from Egypt's famed Giza Plateau, lies a necropolis forgotten by time. Here, the Black Pharaohs of Kush built pyramids to rival their northern cousins, monuments to power, to eternity, and to something darker. For these are not just tombs, they are prisons, and something inside is begging to get out. In 1834, Italian explorer Giuseppe Ferlini blasted his way into the pyramid of Amenemhat, Queen of Kush. What he found would haunt him to his grave: gold treasures beyond imagining, and a warning carved in stone: he who disturbs the silence of the kings shall drink from the Nile of shadows. Within months, his crew began dying, feverish, screaming of black figures in their tents at night. Modern archaeologists scoffed at the curse until 2015. A German team using ground-penetrating radar discovered a previously unknown chamber beneath Pyramid Nuri 8. When they drilled a tiny camera through the stones, the footage showed a burial chamber untouched for 2,600 years, and something moved in the corner of the frame. Mein Gott, it's not a mummy, it's... The Sudanese government sealed the site, but satellite images tell a different story. In 2018, a NASA thermal scan showed heat signatures moving between pyramids at 3:17 a.m. when the desert was coldest. Then there are the shepherds' accounts, men with elongated skulls in tattered royal garb, standing motionless atop dunes, watching. Ancient Nubian texts speak of the Aku Shechem, the vengeful shadows. When the Kushite Empire fell, their sorcerer kings allegedly performed a ritual, binding their souls to the pyramids to await resurrection. But as British archaeologist George Reisner noted in 1916, the Nubians didn't